What's up, folks? Alex McMahon here, and I want to welcome you back to the NTP Client Attraction Masterclass. This is going to be Module 5, where we're going over exactly how to use Instagram to get more one-to-one clients and to grow your roster. When used right, Instagram is easily one of the most powerful and free tools that you have at your disposal to be able to get one-to-one nutrition clients. The big thing to keep in mind is that currently Instagram is where the most attention is for most people in most age brackets. And with the addition of different things like Instagram stories, it's only increased because people are spending more and more time on the app, almost watching it like TV when they're going through everybody's Instagram stories. But the big thing is, I want you to keep in mind, you don't need to have a big following to get a lot of clients from Instagram. I personally don't have a very big following, but what I do is I add value, I entertain, I build connection, and then when I've put enough goodwill in the goodwill piggy bank, I go in for an ask and I get engagement from people so that I can get them on the phone and I can bring them in as a client. Another thing to keep in mind is it's really easy to get caught up in the likes and the comments. But the reality is likes and comments don't always equal clients. Just because a post gets a lot of likes, it doesn't mean that it's actually building connection with people. And a perfect example of this is pictures of food. Now, food pictures do generally get a lot of likes and they get a lot of comments, but there's not a lot going on in terms of meaningful engagement when it comes to food pictures. However, there is a caveat. Using a food picture and then telling people to comment below if they'd like the recipe and following up with a message that has the recipe can be a great way to start a conversation with people. And I'd highly encourage you to start thinking about how and what you post and how to use that as a way to start conversations and engage with your audience on a frequent basis. Pictures and videos on Instagram have to grab attention. It is an absolute must. And if they don't, people will go right by your content on a frequent basis and never stop to actually take a look at anything. Instagram is a very, very visual social media platform. And as so, your videos and your pictures both need to grab people's attention so that they stick around long enough to hear the full message and to actually read your caption. We need to be putting up less things like pictures of food, stock photos with quote graphics over the top of them, or even infographics. And the reality is we need to see more pictures and videos of you. And I know that from the outset, that's going to make a lot of you very uncomfortable, but I want you to consider one thing. Can your audience ever really trust you enough to become a client if they don't know what you look like? They don't see your shortcomings. They don't see your imperfections. So the reality is you have to get out in front of the camera more. And this is an area that I used to struggle in extremely. But once I started to get out in front of the camera more, I started to post more videos with me in them, and I started to put a lot more pictures up of me just doing things day to day, is when I started to get a massive amount of engagement from people. So next, we're going to be taking a quick look at what to post on your wall and your feed. Now, we have to always keep in mind that people are first and foremost on social media because they want to be entertained. Bar none, this is number one rule. People want to be entertained. So your posts can't bore your audience, or they actually won't build any kind of engagement. It won't build any kind of connection. And then you won't actually get people to take action on the things that you want them to take action on because they won't stick around long enough to actually see that. This is especially true inside of Instagram stories. If you don't make them fun, entertaining, and engaging, then people aren't going to stick around to the end to be able to see the call to action that you have to get them to engage with you and to potentially get on the phone and become a client. So we always need to keep in mind that within all of our posts, whether it's in a wall or whether it is on our Instagram stories, we need to really double dip into education and entertainment and wrap them up into one neat little package for our audience. Pictures make a big difference on Instagram, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I mean behind that. You need to be putting up good quality photos, but at the same time, people want to see your imperfections. They want to see your hair kind of messed up. They want to see your makeup a little bit messed up. They want to see that you wear crinkly jeans. When you show up as your authentic self and show truly who you are, that's exactly who people are going to connect with, because it makes you more human and it makes you more relatable to that person. And the best way to honestly tell what's resonating with your audience is to put up a post, assess the engagement, and to kind of see how many impressions it's made on your audience, and then repost and do something else that is similar or something that's totally different, and then reassess the engagement that's happening or isn't happening. The next question would be, do captions matter? They absolutely do. And almost more importantly than the captions, in my personal opinion, is actually the post title at the very top, because it needs to be attention grabbing enough and intriguing enough to make the person want to read more of the actual caption below it. And inside the caption, the big thing is to continue using stories in the exact same storytelling formula that we've put out this far to draw the client in. We're going to be using the exact same storytelling formula to help come up with what to write in the captions. We're going to be taking a look at that in the next few slides. You guys are already going to be familiar with this, so I'm not going to belabor this point, but this is what we're going to be using to write Instagram captions as well. So step number one, what happened? Out of all the chaos of your daily life, pick one event. It could appear to be good or it could be bad from the outset. Step number two, why was it positive? This is your opportunity to reframe the event as something that's positive with your personal spin on it. In this step, you will consciously develop the meaning of what that event is to you. Step number three, the lesson learned. Now that you've determined the meaning of the event, it's time to extract the lesson. Remember, this is a principle, almost like one sentence or a tweet that you would put up, something that you would advise somebody to live by in some way. Step number four, application. Now that you take the lesson from the previous step and we make it relevant to the mindset or approach to nutrition needed for your ideal client to achieve their goals. And then the very last part of it is we want to always end every post with a call to action, a like, a DM, click the link in my profile, anything along those lines. We want to always end with a call to action because that's going to be a really great way to bolster engagement with the audience that we have. One of the best things that you can do is to get good on video. It will easily be your secret weapon. And first and foremost, I have to call myself out on this. I used to be absolutely horrible on video. I used to put up strictly educational videos with me in front of a whiteboard going pretty much Professor Alex on everyone. And nobody connected with that. It would be me in front of a whiteboard. I'd be sitting there just kind of reading off of a script. I'd be very boring. I'd be very monotone. And once I started to actually loosen up and started to have fun, people started to actually connect and engage with the videos that I was putting up. So my big thing here for you guys is it's going to take a ton of practice to get good on video, but I can assure you it's one of the most valuable skills that you can have on social media is to practice, practice, practice on your video skills, get good, get used to being in front of the camera, and just know you're going to mess up. You're going to make mistakes, and it's totally fine. But when you get good on video, you can go about making your videos entertaining. You can make them attention grabbing. You can start to bring them props. There's a million and one ways that you can make your videos really grab people's attention and get them engaged. And your video secret weapon is going to be an app named Video Leap. It's about $35 for the entire year, and it's completely worth its weight in gold when it comes to making your videos highly attention grabbing. Now, I linked to a video below that I made strictly with Video Leap. And because you guys are going to have access to all the slides, and that's going to be a live link inside of the slide, you guys will be able to click it and see exactly what I've been able to do inside Video Leap, strictly just using my phone, shooting a video, and then using the effects from everything that I've learned inside Video Leap to really make it attention grabbing, to make it engaging. Things to keep in mind with video. You need to have a big attention grabbing title. You have to have your IG handle somewhere that's really easy for people to see so that if they connect with the video and they reshare it anywhere, it's always going to link back to your profile. You want to have a colored background so that we have some contrast and it's going to really make your video pop. You have to be entertaining. You have to have fun. You want to also talk with your hands like I've been doing throughout the duration of this entire masterclass to grab people's attention and to keep attention, and always smile and laugh. I know that these things sound funny to include, but I can't tell you how much of these things I didn't used to do in my videos, and I know that it hurt the engagement and my ability to keep people's attention and keep them entertained. You sell, and you're also going to get the most engagement inside of your Instagram stories. It really goes down in Instagram stories, and we're going to be going over the exact formula that you can use to use Instagram stories to bring clients in. So Instagram stories are easily going to be where you're going to get the most engagement. People really get to see the behind the scenes of who you are and kind of your day-to-day inside of your Instagram stories. Because they get to see these behind the scenes and they get to know who you are, this is where massive connection and massive rapport is built with these people. So they get to see that you drink coffee. They get to see what your work looks like. They get to see what it's like when you go to the gym. They really get a behind the scenes of your daily life when you show them it inside of your Instagram stories. And it builds huge connection and it builds a lot of rapport with these people. So one of the benefits of Instagram stories is that these people have already opted in to watch your stories and they're very obviously interested in what you're doing and who you are as a person. There's no competition in Instagram stories like there is on an Instagram feed. They're not scrolling past your post to go find somebody else's. They're directly in front of it and they're watching your story. And the cool thing is they give you their undivided attention inside of Instagram stories. So these are all three really good reasons as to why Instagram stories can be massive when it comes to building engagement and building your audience. Now we're going to be going over next the Instagram story formula to get clients. To start with, we want all of the Instagram stories to be about 60 to 90 seconds. This is going to mean that there's going to be about 4 to 6 videos of 15 seconds each. And then we're going to be going over the 3C Instagram story system. This is curiosity, content, and then a call to action. So let's go ahead and dive into it. So the Instagram story selling system. Video number 1 is going to be the subject line. And this is really going to be to drive a lot of curiosity. You're going to share a client's results or a success story, but we're not going to tell them exactly how we did it just yet. In the second video, we're going to be bringing up the common problem that you know that your ideal client deals with, and then this is going to be a really great way to actually build engagement. So you're going to ask them if they struggle with this too and get them to engage using a poll or the slider function or something along those lines. In the third video, you're going to teach them the strategy that this client used to get the results that you showed them in slide number 1. In the fourth video, it's going to be the main takeaway. What is it that they need to change to be able to get results, just like the client that you showed them at the very beginning? The fifth video is going to be social proof. This is where you're going to show them a text message, a picture, an email, or a 15-second snapshot of a client talking about their work with you. You want to show the person who's watching your Instagram story that you know how to get people results that are just like them. The sixth video is going to be a clear call to action. If you want results just like XYZ person, DM me and let's find out if it's a good fit for us to work together and start getting you amazing results today too. And within this call to action, we need to have 3 things. We need to include what they get, the details of the offer that you're making, how they can get it, so that means exactly what they need to do to get that offer from you, and then why they must act now. And this is where we create that scarcity that we spoke about in module number 4. So that is the 3 things that need to be included in your Instagram story call to action. Then when they respond to your call to action, you shoot them a video back. Responding with a video is amazing. It builds more connection. It automatically builds more rapport. It makes you stand out, and it gives a really highly personalized touch that very few people on Instagram are doing. Everybody will go into the direct messages and they'll just message and message and message back. But at the end of the day, when you get a video from somebody and you see that play button, it's actually kind of exciting. And then when you see that the person put a personalized touch on it and they used your name and they were talking directly to you, it builds that connection, it builds a rapport, it makes you stand out, and it's highly personalized. So next, a big question that I get from a lot of people is all about posting frequency. How frequently should I be posting? And in your Instagram stories, you should be posting at least every single day. Whether it's just to put up a still picture of something, whether it's to get on there and talk about it being, Teaching Tuesday or Wednesday Wisdom or Throwback Thursday or something along those lines, post to your Instagram story every single day. But the thing is, I know that you're going to be more likely to start slow rather than going right into posting every day. So get used to it, get warmed up to it, and get good on camera. The thing is, people need frequency when it comes to seeing somebody before they'll ever buy from them. So that's a big part of using the Instagram stories is people are going to need to see that frequency from you before they ever consider buying anything. And posting on your Instagram wall is going to be about 3 to 7 times per week. The big thing here is I'm not telling you to go fresh out of the gates and post 7 times per week because I don't think there's a lot of people that will do that. So the big thing here is I want you to stretch and do 1 more day than you currently think that you can do. So challenge yourself a little bit on this one. Realize that Instagram is easily one of the most powerful free tools that you have at your disposal right now for getting clients. When you're consistent, I promise it will absolutely pay off. So that's module 5, all about how to use Instagram to get more clients. Realize Instagram is a highly visual platform and your images and your videos need to grab attention. Likes and comments don't always equal clients, but they can equal leads if you go about using your content correctly. You have to entertain and educate at the exact same time inside of Instagram. People are on social media, so we need to focus on the entertainment aspect first before anything else. Titles and captions matter, and make sure that you follow the caption formula for essentially writing stories, just like we did in the other modules as well. Videos perform very, very well on Instagram, so make sure that you get really good on camera. Instagram stories are where you're going to get the most engagement and you're going to build the most rapport with your audience. Stories are a great way to sell when you have your audience's undivided attention like you do in Instagram stories. That's one of the best things about it, is you have their undivided attention. Follow and use the Instagram storytelling system. Post on your wall 3 to 5 times per week and do at least one Instagram story every single day. Alrighty, my friends, that is going to be the end of Module 5. I hope that you guys learned a ton about Instagram, how to use it to get more clients. And if there's anything that you're confused about, please get in touch with me. I am more than happy to help you guys out to better understand exactly how powerful Instagram can be and how you can use it to get more clients.